Welcome back to Tacoma Report. Downtown on the Go's purpose is to create a community where everyone can get around with or without a car. Executive Director Laura Swanzarek joins us now to talk about the organization's mission and how you can get involved. Laura, welcome to the show.
Yeah, really excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we have a few questions for you to share with our viewers about your program. And so we want to start off by letting our viewers know what is Downtown on the Go and what does the organization do?
Yeah, absolutely. Downtown on the Go is a local nonprofit. We work to make it easy, safe, and convenient to walk, bike, and use transit in Tacoma. We have been an independent nonprofit since 2013. Wow. Often our work will focus in the downtown area, trying to support commuters and residents of downtown, but really the work that we do expands out through the rest of Tacoma and into Pierce County. Okay. We kind of do three main things. We work with large employers in Tacoma to support their commuter program, so trying to support them in supporting their employees to choose sustainable travel modes when they go to and from the office. We also host a lot of community events, trying to get people out of their homes, out of their cars, and trying walking, biking, and transit use, getting them connected with the city, its history, community members, and people that have similar interests to them. And we also do a lot of local level advocacy, so championing policies and projects that really do tangibly make it safer, more convenient to walk, bike, and take transit.
Can you share with our viewers what type of advocacy work that you're doing?
Yeah. Right now, a lot of our focus is on maintaining funding and prioritizing of active transportation projects in the city of Tacoma. I think we're all aware that the Streets Initiative on the ballot did not pass earlier this year in April. Okay. And that means that we're looking at some tight budget times for City of Tacoma's Public Works. And our goal as an organization is to ensure that City Council is aware of the importance of continuing to invest in active transportation infrastructure. So that means things like protected bike lanes, but it also means completed safe sidewalks that are ADA accessible. It also means safe crossings, especially on some of our most dangerous roads like our arterials like South 72nd or Pacific Avenue, Portland Avenue, those types of roads. It's really important that even as we're facing some tight budget, that we continue to prioritize safety projects. So a lot of what we do is try to get other community members involved and civically engaged. So we provide a lot of resources on how to engage with council, some tips on how to prepare comment. And we actually, a couple of weeks ago, brought a bunch of folks to council to speak on the importance of active transportation infrastructure.
Absolutely. And we did talk a little bit about how more folks are actually working in the office, which is creating more cars on the road and so forth. And so in addition to the incentives that your organization is offering, can you also let our viewers know other ways that you're encouraging people to walk, bike, and take transit?
Yeah, a big part of the work that we do is education and resources.
Yes.
A lot of times, like you mentioned with this return to office, there's a lot of folks going back to the office more often now. Maybe they used to take the bus or carpool before, but since it's been such a slow transition back into being in person, they haven't picked those habits back up yet. But there's also a lot of people who are interested in cycling. Maybe they got one of those e-bike rebates and they're about to get a new e-bike. Or maybe they're just looking for ways to cut down costs by leaving the car at home, trying something else. And what we try to do is get the resources out to people so it doesn't feel so scary to make a different choice.
Right.
If you've never used the bus before, maybe you don't know how to pay for the bus. And that can be a tremendous barrier for somebody. If you've never cycled before, you don't know where the safe cycling paths are.
Right.
And that makes it hard to go out for that first time. So that's one of the things we try to do with our events, is encourage people to get past that first try.
Absolutely.
And be able to continue to build habits from there. Make it a little less scary and give them a reason to be excited about it.
Right. And to your point about the bus, just understanding the bus lines and
Yeah.
what route you need to get on to go from point A to point B. So I think that's wonderful that you're offering those resources to help folks feel more comfortable, in being able to take public transportation or ride their bikes. So that's good. And hopefully our viewers and those that are going to be, considering riding the bus or riding their bikes will take advantage of those resources.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah. And so, speaking of the community, how can people get involved?
Well, we are always looking for volunteers.
Okay.
Like I said, we have a lot of events that happen through the summer, including our Walk Tacoma series, which are guided historical walks. Just last week, we highlighted South Sound Day of Remembrance. With a walk with about 150 attendees came out and walked in the rain with us, learning about the history of Tacoma's former Japantown. On June 18th, we'll be doing a public art walk with Spaceworks. And so these are, a really great opportunity to get out of the house and learn about our city and engage with other people in our community. But we're always looking for volunteers to help us, get folks across the street safely. So there's lots of opportunities at our website, which is downtownonthego.org.
Perfect. Well, Laura, we appreciate you being on the show and sharing your goal, your vision, everything that your organization is doing with our viewers. And hopefully they will take advantage of those resources and educate themselves. And thank you just for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This was great.
All right. We look forward to having you back with an update.
Perfect.
Okay. Thanks, Laura.